Always the picture. Amanda said that the camera was looking nasty the other night, so just wiped it off. Fupas, lots of fupas. Danglers. Danglers. Not danglers. Woodland pelter wraps. Woodland cell phone pouches. I don't think I've ever made these in Woodland before. Those are online now. Woodland multi-tools in Velcro belt. Apparently those weren't online as an option either. Another dangler there. Some Woodland stuff. There's a stacked micro right there. What do we have going on here? More fupas. Large tool bags. Extra large fupas. These all look like these are all fupas. This here is spent mag pouch of adjustable grenades. Something in Highlander. Hydro carriers in Highlander. More spent mags, modular. 8 mag stacked chest rig. If you think you would like one of those in Coyote, now is your chance to get that. We don't run Coyote very often in those. Jim Foley, Chivo, Midnight Man, Chuck Peoples, what's up? Easy K, Evan, how are you, man? JT, Billy Magnum, LW, Chase Peoples, what's going on? Kroll, what's up? Landfill, how are you? What is up? How are we? Tool bag organizers over there. Wife and I have decided to have her stay home and be a stay-at-home mom and homeschool my oldest son. He's 7. That'll make a huge difference, man. Huge difference. And we have a lot of people that do homeschooling that I'm sure would be happy to discuss and have conversation with any questions you might have, man. Roddy's Rule, what's up? 108, holy shit. It was a lot cooler here today at 80 degrees. Johnny Woodsman, what's up? Durango, Colorado. Hosfeld, how are you? I like that you have gray. We have gray. We have gray batched up. We have a lot of gray starting to be cut fupas. There's a ton of stuff you can't order in gray. It would still have to be a custom order to get it. But we turned on gray fupas, fupa danglers, and fupa XLs, and those are batched up. Those will be cut shortly if they're not already started cutting. 98, Abilene, Texas. Chase, that will improve all your lives. Make it work, whatever you got to do. Evan is doing exactly what you're talking about doing, man. For the guy that likes gray, gray subgun micro. These subgun micros are still sitting here, but we do occasionally run stuff in gray. Stacy Roth, how are you? I think I packed an order for you today, or I saw your name somewhere. Maybe we exchanged emails. I don't remember what it was, but I saw your name somewhere. Byron Roberts, what's up? Check out the homeschool curriculum that Jack Spearco. Yeah, Stellus Academy. Acellus Academy. It's online. And kids typically roll through it a year or 2 years ahead of schedule. What's the difference in low-rise belt and the standard belt? Richard Smith, I don't know what you're asking me. I don't make a product that's called that. I've almost quit wearing camo. Yeah, Yeah. Wear whatever you want to wear. I mean, we were killing deer for hundreds of thousands of years with no camouflage, right? They've been killing bad guys around the world in Levi's. Charlie, what's up? Got 2 shipping notifications, Byron, right on. I've been binge watching your full build videos for inspiration, even though I've been sewing for more than 5 years. I've learned a trick or two. Thanks for releasing those. I would think that you learned something out of every single one of them. I've been sewing for 35 years, and I watch people who aren't even, their videos are terrible and their skill's not very good, a lot of them, but I still can find something in all of those videos. Like almost always I find something or just another technique or, you know, something in all of those things. Patrick Caswell, you got shipping today, right on. Got our power back after a bad storm. Damn, people can't function 10 hours. No, young people kill themselves when when they have no cell service for even half a night. In major cities, kids kill themselves whenever the power goes down now. Tool Cove, what's up? Tracksuit BDUs, yep. I think he means low profile versus EDC. All right, reconnecting. The difference between the low profile belt and the EDC belt is they're the same belt. They're the exact same belt. One has a cool ass Cobra buckle on it, and the other has a G hook. The G hook sits flat. The Cobra buckle sits, you know, a little under ½ an inch thick. And you have more adjustment out of the low profile belt. Low profile belt is what I wear every single day. It's what most people in my shop wear. You have this here. It is also the most forgiving belt. These 2 belts are actually for one of my employees. And you have 4 spots here that I can hook into. So you have the adjustment. You have this 10 inches of adjustment right here. Plus you have another 4 inches of adjustment right here by choosing a different loop. You provide lots of tips and tricks, and so far, out of all the other videos on YouTube, I've seen your tips and sewing techniques are the best. Johnny, make some videos, buddy. Just make some shorts showing little techniques, 2-minute shorts. I'm sure you've got something that I haven't picked up. Scott Taylor's a damn fine belt. If it ever has to become daily wear, how do you view chest rigs versus war belt, or is it both? I think it depends what you're doing, right? Daily use. When you walk out the door, you better always have some gear with you. When you're leaving the property or you expect, you know, there's bad guys in the area, I mean, how many people do you have with you? If you have 20 people on your compound, perhaps you don't have to always wear a chest rig. If it's you and a couple other people, you probably better have a fucking chest rig. If it comes to the point where you are without rule of law, you better always plan on being prey for some predator. Cobra buckles are sick. What's the original purpose? The original purpose is they were made for paragliding, hang gliding industry. Wear a low profile belt every day, holds my EDC perfectly. And I put the G hook off to the side so I don't scratch things when I work on them. Yep. That's how most people carrying appendix with an EDC belt do. They put that buckle off to the side through the next belt loop. AC stopped working on Sunday. I was able to diagnose it, and the start capacitor went bad, but did have a spare. I got 2 of them on the way. Charlie Wood, yeah, I had a capacitor go out in one of my AC sets for upstairs, and we were way undergunned. It's perfect when we have, because we have an AC set on this side of the building and an AC set on that side for upstairs, which is 6,000 feet. And with one down, the other one was really, really working. I'm surprised it didn't freeze up. Mr. Greg, what's up? Still rocking Riggers belt. I have the Cobra buckles as well. Right on, DJ. We made the Riggers belts originally because that was the only webbing. That's why everything was 1 3/4. That's why most of those holsters in the old days were 1 3/4 because all those tactical type belts were 1 3/4 webbing. Push buckle left on all belts keeps it from rubbing on you too. Yes. Yep. I have one video where I show how to bind my edges of the bags, but I will be adding more, plus adding more of my business page remote. Yep. Are you running edge tape on a single needle machine? When you get a standing post machine with a right angle binder, the game totally changes. And when you have those machines, you can, one of those needles will up so you can pivot and turn that. It's an investment for sure. I mean, the attachments you're going to run just in itself is going to be $500. But once you have that, game changer. And you can edge tape on the outside instead of having to edge tape on the inside of things. Only half of you understand how the internet works. Hit that thumbs up. Landfill, thanks, buddy. Anyone else getting ready to leave the house find themselves saying FUPA dangler? Here are FUPAs. We shipped a lot today. Anybody get a FUPA shipment today? Anybody receive one today? Did anybody get tracking information on one? Keep portable AC units in storage. Yeah, we have window units. Pierre, what's up, buddy? Been watching Wrangler Star and his big tent and thought how sick it would be to have one in multicam Cordura. How ridiculously expensive. Cordura won't weather the sun. The sun will eat it to pieces. That's why those tents are canvas or Sunbrella or some such. Any suggestions on running 10-round mags in a chest rig? Just put them in a big pocket. What 10-round mags are we talking about? Put them in a normal mag pouch and put something under to space them so they're taller. Love a cylinder arm machine, but don't have the money or space right now. I use a basic eBay binding attachment. It has learning curves. Johnny, buddy, I use a $35 attachment. I was edge taping tonight, as a matter of fact. This edge taper, we've got dozens of them. I think they probably came off Amazon. They come in a box. It's like yellow with brown writing. I don't remember the brand. I used John Deere skid steer track machine. It was awesome until I hooked a hydraulic hose. You know how it went for, oh shit, that sucks, man. 10-round AR mags for your Grendel rifle. So is a 10-round AR mag, what is that? I don't know what that looks like. Is it the same, is it shorter than a 20-round mag? Is it truly like half of a 20-round mag? Jose, what's up? So does canvas just deal with the sun better, immune to somehow? I don't know the answer to that, Aaron. I don't work in it, but I know that all those tents are not meant to be left out in the elements. The canvas is going to be durable. Those outfitter tents, those guide tents, I'm pretty sure Cody's tent, I'm pretty sure that's canvas. He might chime in here tonight, and if we see him, I'm sure he will definitely answer that. Magpul makes them. That's still, I don't know the answer though. Oh, it's half the height of a 20 round, buddy. I don't know, man. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but you don't need a chest rig for that. Put the damn things in your pockets. Just put them in a utility pocket. Put them in a bag. 10 round actually slightly shorter than half because they are straight. It sounds like we could do something. We could probably build something like the M1 Grand chest rig, where you had 5 on top, 5 on the bottom. The ones on the bottom pull out the bottom, so that because otherwise they interfere with the ones on top interfere with them. I'm not volunteering to make that. There's just so few of you guys. They call them Cali mags. Yeah, I thought they used to put a block in a 20 round or a rivet or something. Tried to order FUPA today, denied. Gonna be in Chicago for next 5 days for kid graduating Navy, so that's going to eat a chunk of. What do you mean denied? You mean you weren't able to afford it? Is that what you mean? Just got edge taper, have not tried it out. Yeah, man, I for a couple of years I edge taped by just pre-folding my binding tape. I didn't even know an edge taper existed. Use 20 round mags with limiter. 10 round AR-15 mags are half the size of a 30. CQB pouch will hold 4. Man, I see so many contrasting answers here. Maybe there's different types of them or something. Vetoed by Dark Side of Man. Your wife must have a good job. Are you a kept man? You're able to just do. You don't have to work nowadays. Just buy a FUPA XL, then put the. That's what I was thinking. I mean, I understand wanting a chest rig. SKS guys want a chest rig. I get it. I just can't. Like we can't build enough of what we already make. Yeah, Chase, I'm with you, buddy. That's what I meant when I said just drop them in a pouch. You could put them in a roll-up dump pouch, put them anywhere. From the sounds of it, I mean, it definitely looks cooler when you have a chest rig with dedicated pouches on it. Normal mag ban hasn't been enforced since the SAFE Act in New York. Only criminals get in trouble for them. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, Matt Chris are singers. Some of them are not. I see, and they very well could be just branded something else and still made by Singer. But I've got Rayco, I've got Singer. I guess this a lot of these are Singers, but there's one in here that's Rayco, and then there's New Deal. I'm not familiar with these brands. Some of them. What are we doing with all the old machines? We're setting up an entire sew shop that runs off treadle system with no electricity. As cool as that sounds, that's not what I'm doing. I'm taking them and building them just a wall that's lit with old sewing machines. We're going to clean them up a little and kind of use them as a display on one of the walls. How did you acquire the Planet Fitness looking stair stepper? I just went in there and rolled it out. I had a friend go in there and make a lot of noise, and when the employees were yelling at him, these are on wheels. You can just move them like this. Not really. I got a friend that has a contract, and they buy up when they do all the switchovers for YMCA and several of the other big corporate gyms. All the equipment goes to him, and then he sells them as gym packages or individual pieces to companies setting up like company or corporate gyms and stuff like that, little gyms. He's actually here. Who asked that, Chase? He's actually here. He's a friend of mine about 15 minutes from here, and he has a warehouse that's bigger than my building, and it's full of gym equipment. We've videoed in there several times. Some of these pieces, quite a bit of this actually comes from him. There's another dude, if you want some gym equipment, there's a couple of other dudes also. Super Gym Warehouse, I think is what it's called on Instagram. He's got great stuff also. It might be, I don't know which is closer to you. A sewing shop with treadle machine, that would be great. I've not seen Singer full show machines. Man, a steam plant or, else. One big motor that controlled mini machines back in the day. Are we going to have Jacob Herman back on the podcast? I'd love to, man. Jacob's super busy. I see Jacob usually sitting at a big table with a lot of people when we sit down to have dinner here and there. But like Jacob's super busy. If you put them in the sew table, they would work after luting them. Oh yeah, a lot of these probably would work. Sure. We would just some good oil in them. Just let it drip through. A lot of them would probably work just fine. Some of them, like this one here, has a motor on the back and a light. And then the others, rely on the motor on the table. Northern Alabama. So the guy near you is probably, oh, Chase, yeah. Jose, man, have a good night, buddy. Wake up in 4 hours. Yeah, I'm getting up at, I'll be up at 4:30. I woke up at 4:30 this morning, looked at the clock. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to get up at 4:30. And we got up a little bit later, but I'll be up at 4:30 tomorrow morning, this morning. Got FOUP XL this week. Works as expected. Right on. What do you think of it? How would you describe it to somebody who is not sure if they want one? The issue is the Grendel won't feed out of 3-round mags. Feed lips are slightly different. Oh, 30, you mean 30-round mags? How did you apply to Planet Fitness? What are you doing with all those machines? Wow, that's a lot of finished sewers. I bought all these machines this weekend for $34 a piece. Yeah, Tony, these machines, some of them are really nice. Grade them out, 2 at a time, and see how polished up we can get them. And I'm probably going to build like black, and then put these in place, and then put LED illumination on the shelf above so that it shines down and from behind. So in the dark, you just kind of see the sewing machines there. Why is it I hear all this rice shortage? Because most of your rice comes from India. I think 80%, I think they said 80% of the world's rice comes from India, and they were flooded out. There's a lot of major crop producers that are having catastrophic failures. And there are actually other countries around the world saying that the United States is targeting them with weather manipulation. I learned to sew on an old treadle Singer, my grandmother. It's very cool, isn't it? I have not seen large, like full-size industrial stuff. I haven't looked for it either, but I haven't run across it, is what I should say. Love how you use the LED lights to make the podcast up. Man, that's Brandel. Austin is there behind the camera when Amanda and I do stuff. On the Wednesday stuff, that's Brandel, and that's what that really is. What you don't see is we have an enormous overhead light for light spill and fill, and then those colors for the LED, those are 2 light tubes that just kind of sit off in the corners, or sometimes even on the ground behind us. I'll show you. I have some here somewhere. These here. So these are just this brand right here, NAM lights, and Brandel's got 4-footers, got some 2-footers, and then I've got some other lights as well. And then these here, we use these lights, and we've got one that's like 4 times this size. This is an SL60W Godox with this. This is a honeycomb underneath here, and then we have these diffusers in place, and that's what we use for most of our lighting. But we have one in the podcast studio that is, dude, I'll bet it's 2 feet. I'll bet it's 3 feet by 5 feet on the hood. Just heard the podcast talking about using shopping cart belts. Awesome. Yeah, that's how we didn't have buckles, man. There was no Walmart. The only place in Target was the first place that had those belts, those seat belts on their shop carts. And I had some friends that, and I didn't direct them to. They took it upon themselves to do it. But they went and cut all of those buckles off of all of the Target shopping carts anywhere in San Diego and Los Angeles. And I mean, that was they went on a mission, and that's where our first buckles came from for all of our rigs. Seeing fupas in my sleep, man, I'm to the point, I'd say lucky, but I mean, I'm lucky that the people we have are very good, but we have all of these sewing machines running all day long, making fupas right now, and other stuff, a lot of other stuff actually. Fortunate, yeah, not lucky. It was a lot of time and orchestration. We built fupas today. Most of them have already been boxed and shipped. We just finished up, I think there's 60 DoD Cooper tool pouches. We built NSW admin panels today in multicam black. These have been a long time since we've made these. If you haven't seen one, I'll show you these. They're cool. So and the FUPA too, a lot of people don't realize this because they don't watch our videos. They just buy shit and then they're surprised. This is a drawbridge, right? So this limits this when this opens. And this was originally used as like a desktop. The seals were put in a piece of plastic in here, Kydex, or they weren't using Kydex, but something like Kydex. And they had a 76 Garmin that Velcroed in place here. And then theirs actually had clear windows that folded out and then folded open. And they had all their deck of playing cards and their high value target photos and maps and stuff, comm charts and frequencies and stuff. This was set up for a Surefire 6P originally, bezel down. And then these would hold any of their paperwork that they needed or write in the rain pads. And then this was China marker and a Sharpie. The China marker was for marking on that clear window. And then we gave, we put here, we have elastic loops, and you can put a Kim light in here and still stack a second Kim light or other things there, whatever you wish to put there. And that's what this was originally made for. And this has these, you can make this rigid, but you can also make the front rigid if you want to. And then we gave you 4 columns of pals right here. So you can put multi-tool Surefire light, anything you need to, pistol mags on the front. And they were running these on the NSW rig. So you had those NSW rigs with 6 internal mags, 2 saw boxes, 2 radio slots, and then they would have this and then 2 more magazines, or however the individual operator wanted to set it up. Have a ton of aluminum battle rattles. What is that? I saw some. Didn't I see you comment on the canteen short today? Alejandro, what's up, man? How Proho causes a FUPA shortage. Eyeballing the admin panel. Is it practical for on-person EDC, or do you mount it to a belt? So I would mount it. A lot of guys mount them on BBD bags or on Chubb bags. You can mount it anywhere that has pals. It would be great to carry just inside of a tool bag, right? So you just pull it out when you need to. But we have other stuff also, like the EDC organizer would be great for inside of a tool bag also. Clay, what's up, buddy? Patrick Caswell, 30 round. Oh, AR mags, I get you. Duh. Got it. It's been more than 5 seconds, so I wasn't on task with that conversation. Not sure if Magpul did one. I'm only seeing them in aluminum. Just heard the podcast. I've seen them light tubes in other videos. Jasmine rice was $60 for 50 pounds at Restaurant Depot. Holy shit.
That's incredible.
Yeah. What were we paying?
I bought jasmine rice today at Walmart, and it was like $7 for 3 pounds.
$7 for 3 pounds. We buy 50-pound sacks typically.
They're like $30.
Yeah, well, we haven't looked though. I mean,
Well, yeah, we haven't bought it in a while.
yeah, we haven't bought it in a few months. With the prices up, I'll bet they are up. I was telling Patrick the aluminum mags have a replacement follower for general feeding issues. Got it. Chub bags are awesome. Yeah, I agree, man. What's the status of the bags for Harry Potter promo? Man, I don't know. Every Harry Potter promo order that could be filled has gone out. So it's waiting on something else at this point. We just got more Harry Potter bags finished today. Chocolate chip cookie day. The first 50 or so of those went out. But I don't know what's the status? A shitload of them have shipped, but I don't have enough information to answer the question you're really not asking.
Shows like a 25-pound bag of long grain for $13. Jasmine rice 25 pounds is $18.
25 ounce or pounds?
Pounds.
Got it.
Basmati 20 pounds, that's $20.
Yeah, the basmati usually is cheaper.
But there's no 50-pound bags on here.
Do we store one specific type of rice? Pull that up. Typically, this is what we've bought a ton of lately.
Let's see here.
Not lately, but the last time we bought.
We
rice.
usually buy this one.
This yellow one. There's also a blue one. This one underneath right there. I buy that also. Members mark long grain. Also ordered a micro rig. Yeah, you're probably waiting on the micro rig now. Do you store one? Okay. Jasmine rice has dropped from 21 to 17. Last 4 months at Costco. No shortage in Syracuse. We had a lot of missing types of rice in here in Tennessee, at least Nashville, Clarksville, stuff like that. But it comes and goes, pallets of it. And it almost seemed like it wasn't missing, it just hadn't been unloaded into the store. And then they got around to opening those containers, and then there was tons and tons of it. Are all the H harnesses on website? No, not a single one's in stock. You're never going to buy an H harness where it's in stock. And if you bought an H harness, you're not waiting on the H harness. You're waiting on the micro rig that you ordered that we don't have with it. H harnesses, these H harnesses right here, these were ordered last night. 2 or 3 of those go with micro rigs, which might have shipped out already, might not have made it out the door today. We build H harnesses typically within a day or 2 of when they're ordered. Are you sure? No, I have Coyote 8 mag stacked micro rigs cut right now, Coyote. And the way that happens is somebody, I don't know who it was, somebody said, hey, will you build this? And I said, I will put one online, order it, and when we run them, we will run a small batch of them. And they were just cut. I don't know when he ordered it, probably a week or 2 ago. Guys are hitting me up every day right now asking for stuff we don't have. And right now, a lot of it, I'm not taking those orders. Hit us back in 30 days, and we'll try again. We have a lot of stuff that we're running right now, so a lot of stuff I'm just not adding online right now. Vietnam Tiger Strike, yeah, it's really nice. Accelerate. Order the H harnesses you need. You'll have them. You might even have them by this weekend. Do your rigs support new 40-round mags? It depends what rig it is. Yeah, I would say at this point all of them do. They all have a Velcro adjustable lid, so you can step them up higher. Yes, all of the micro rigs that'll hold AR mags will hold 40s. Your stacked micros will also. You're just going to adjust your bungee higher, right? And you're going to have a lot more of it stick out of this mag pouch. Any opinion on sub $400 watch for training EDC? Chase, get the one you like, buddy. Like, it's $400. Is your life going to depend on it? It's not. You said for training, so you're probably going to get it dirty. You're not going to have a severe emotional attachment to it if something happens to it. Just get the one that you like. I think Citizen, you can't go wrong with Citizen. Find the one you like in the Citizen line. I think they even solar charge now, all of them for the most part. I know G-Shock's got a solar watch, that Mudman or whatever. I know guys love that thing. I've never liked a G-Shock watch. I know people love them. I'm a LoomTech dealer. Look at LoomTech. If you find a watch you want, hit me up. I'll give you a price through email on it, and you'll have it within 2 or 3 days. They'll FedEx it right to your house. You'll have it within a couple days of paying for it. Yeah, Timex, $25. Buy 4 of them, and who cares when something happens to it, right? Got the fanny pack. I love the fanny pack. That fanny pack exists because I wanted it. I built it for me. G-Shock, varying prices. There we go, see? Tyler, what's up? Viking Hyundai, what's up? Hamilton, decent automatic service. Looks like flat packs I ordered shipped. Yeah, we built a lot of flat packs. We've been kicking them out. We've been running extras, so we have them on inventory. Anything under $100 for the most part's wide open. You can order it whether we have it or not, and you wait until we have it. But we're building tons of that shit. We've got a few people back online in here, so we have a little more capacity. We've got another dude cutting, so we actually have stuff in line now, so it's kind of even. Now I have enough capacity cutting that I need more bodies sewing. LoomTech Combat B26. I love it. I've got a bunch of LoomTechs. I have a bunch of them. I bought so many LoomTechs that LoomTech got a hold of me and said, hey, do you want to be a dealer? Like I think I bought 16 of them at one time for all of my guys for Christmas one year, a couple of years ago. Kentucky Sustainable, what's up, man? FUPA is a fanny pack. How much real estate loss from FUPA to fanny? I use my FUPA as a fanny pack.
The size is vastly different.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the fanny pack is way smaller. There's no way, like the fanny pack doesn't open all the way like this does. The fanny pack has pockets and no Velcro. And in the fanny pack, you're going to put a small pistol inside there, but it's not going to go in a holster. You're just going to put it in the fanny pack. And I know people lose their shit over that.
People can't even stand for people carrying it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how we did it. I mean, that's how it was 20 years ago. That's what there was. Kydex didn't even fucking exist. Just got done checking on my cow. She's due to calve any. Oh, very cool, man. That's awesome. What do the LoomTechs run? Chase Kelly, look on the website, find the one you want, send me an email. I will give you a price. You can see suggested retail on the website. You're going to pay anywhere from, I think they've got something from $450 up to maybe $1,500 for automatics that are, limited edition run. Now, I say that, I haven't looked at LoomTech's website in 90 days, so the pricing could be different now. Garmin Phoenix at Best Buy. I mean, guys, Best Buy's going out of fucking business, buddy. That looks my FUPA XL Woodland. That is not your FUPA XL. That is Scully's FUPA, and this is not an XL right here. This is a dangler that's going out with these shooter kits. I don't know when we're doing 308 split fronts in multicam black. I don't know. I know that's not what you want to know. I don't have the capability to give you a real answer, but that's the answer right now. chat. For some reason, it's different than this. Would you make Cordura straps for the combat line? Yeah, I've got some. I've done them with the little micro Cobra buckles. Yes, I probably will do them. I'm the one that ends up doing them, though, so there's not a lot of them out in the wild. They're going to cost way more than you can go buy a watch strap for. Viking, I don't know, man. If we have to talk lead times, don't buy. That's the no bullshit answer. If we have to discuss how fast you're going to get, and I get it, guys, I get it. I wouldn't do business with my company. Totally understand. I have more work than we can handle, and we don't have that. That's the thing, guys. I get it, man. If I have to convince you and we've got to go back and forth, I know there's plenty of places you can buy gear and you should buy it from them, because I have more work than I can possibly handle without having the conversation. They are happy to order and pay, and it shows up when it shows up. And our shit's shipping faster than it ever has. Tell us about the weather weapons. I have an Aries that I love, kind of just starting into nicer watches. But I still have a Citizen that's beat to hell and still going after deployments. Right on, man. Watches, like you just have to decide, like, why do you want to watch? Do you want to watch to tell time? I don't look at my watch and tell time. Even when I have a watch on, I still do this. I forget that I have a watch on. I don't have any active shooter bags right now. Thoughts on getting a dangler to go on my T-Rex arms chest rig? Would be sick for IFAC. Yeah, it'd be perfect for that, Chase. Perfect for that. Belt Fed, what's up? I have a sundial. My kid asked me, he's like, Dad, did you ever wear one of those things that makes the shadow on your arm when you were a kid? I'm like, I didn't know what he was talking about. Cody's like, he means a sundial. It sucks that our nation doesn't have enough experienced clothing and rig gear sewers and tailors. That's because people don't. I mean, look, if you want to see what's up, go look at my shorts, right? For every comment from a dude talking about how awesome they think the gear is, there's 3 guys on there saying it's overpriced and it's too expensive, right? People don't like if you were going to come in here and you said, hey, I know you're shutting down your company, John, what advice would you give me? I would tell you, don't start a textile business. Really, if you were starting a business and wanted to do sewn textiles, I would tell you to import them. Start a brand, co-brand it or private label it, and don't even buy a sewing machine. Buy a sewing machine or 2 just to do your samples and make alterations to your samples to send them back. I would tell you, don't do this. If you are going to go into business, you don't go into this business to make money. I make more money doing other stuff than my real business makes. Sundial watch would make a nice subtle self-defense weapon. Multicam black, perfect for back seat of vehicles with dark interior. Pulling the thread was awesome last night. Just ordered a 2-quart canteen off eBay. Bringing me back, old guys. I just brought 2-quart canteens in here too. I got 2 quarts, and there's a box floating around here somewhere of 1 quarts. There's only available patents to weather modification technology, as well as documented cases of the U.S. using. Guys, Matt, search weather modification machine. There are videos of them all across the United States. The United States military has them, has vehicles. You can see them, and I don't know what you're saying. I would assume you're saying exactly what I'm saying. There are videos all over the place. We were cloud seeding and causing storms in Vietnam. Never heard of Loomtech. So they make combat. They make an officer style watch. They're really nice. They're badass. It was really the watch that got watches. And when I looked at the first, I think it was a B26, that B. I said, man, I'm never going to spend $1,000 on a watch. Never will I. That's insane. I would never pay $1,000 for a watch. DARPA, HARP. Yeah, look at HARP, man. Look how many HARP bases are listed up for sale like missile silos are, right? So what are we on to now? I mean, we were doing HARP so far back all through Alaska. There's a HARP base. There is a HARP base in, I think, Chattanooga. Farmers cloud seed all over just east of me. Yep. 3V and 511 do the rebranding bullshit. I think a lot of companies do. You see a lot of companies touting Made in America. When you go on any of their social media, you know what you don't see? You don't see Americans sewing product. That is something to be proud of, right? When I say we ship 200 boxes a day, that's some shit to be proud of, right? When we go to the post office and we have 2 trucks pull up at the post office full of bags, full of boxes, that's some shit to be proud of. Why do you not see other companies showing that stuff? When you tout Made in America, why don't you see those companies showing you piles of thread and rolls of material? You do see some of the small guys, right? The little shops and stuff. But you don't see those companies, those big companies. You don't ever see sewing machines, and you definitely don't see employees. Why do you think that is? And there are a ton of dudes who are offshoring this stuff. You've got big companies, companies you know, and people don't know what the association, right? What do you think Grey Ghost is? Who owns Grey Ghost? Just like LBX and London Bridge, right? LBX is their made out of the United States line, right? There's tons of Shellback Tactical. Who owns Shellback Tactical? Most people don't have a clue. How you learn to sew? I taught myself how to sew. I had a friend came over who could sew and showed me how to make the pedal go. And when the sewing machine ran out of thread, he came back a few days later and showed me how to change the bobbin. And that's where it started, man. It was just from doing it. It's like throwing a child in the water. He's going to swim or he's going to drown. And usually when they start flailing around, a lot of times the kid will swim. It's the parents that keep the child from swimming a lot of times. It's your reaction, right? When the kid falls down, he doesn't start crying usually until we make a big deal about it. But that's kind of sewing. Like, it's like riding the bicycle. If you leave a kid alone with a bicycle, the kid will figure out how to ride the bicycle without the adult teaching him, because he wants to ride the bicycle with the other kids riding bicycles. Watched a show that showed these weather computers interpreting these weird signals as monsoons. Skies were clear. 2 days later, they had worse rain. It's happening all over the world right now. Is Wrangler Star going to be at SRF, Self-Reliance Festival? I don't know. I heard him say that he really wants to come out. I know that he has some other engagements where he's traveling already scheduled, not at the same time. I'm sure for him, it's very like myself, it's very difficult to get out of here. We can get out of here so many times, so you know which one pays more, or which one do you really want to do more, right? Which one do you have to do? Shipping 200 boxes in a day with an army of people is harder than most people can fathom. Yeah, Evan, people have no clue, buddy. No idea. SOE in Origin. Yeah, Origin's got some cool stuff. I agree. That's when I started Urban Mountain Packs. I wanted to make my business here in the USA and be proud of it. Yep. And then if you want to make money, you start a second company. Can be completely unrelated, right? You can have a USA made company, and then you can have another company that nobody even knows you own. And you could do offshore. Which one do you think is going to make more money and have less headaches? My father knows how to use a sewing machine really well. He learned it from his mother. My grandmother was from the greatest generation, and she sewed shoes, boots at a factory during World War II. Tough times. That's cool, man. That's some cool heritage. That's awesome. We have boot factories around here. When we moved here, we walked into a couple boot factories. Everything was there except human beings. These factories just sat, man. We walked into a HIS, I think it was HIS. They did like chick jeans, and I think they sewed some Levi's. When we walked in the building, it was enormous. Like, they had their own power generating facility. They had a guard shack. It looked like General Dynamics when I went into General Dynamics in San Diego. And we walked into these enormous warehouses. There were hundreds of sewing machines. It's like the people had just stood up and walked away or been beamed up by aliens. All of the assets were there. They had pallets of denim, 4x8 sheets of denim that were 10 feet tall probably. These buildings were so big, you could have done rally car racing inside the buildings. And these buildings were just sitting, dripping water. The machines were rusted just from over time and the humidity and not having any air conditioning on. Somebody bought that factory a few years ago. I don't remember what they paid. It was a pretty big amount for the property, the land, everything. They cut all the mainline copper out of it and paid off the mortgage within 90 days. That's what I should have done. I should have bought that motherfucker. I was looking at sewing machines. And I'm like, man, we couldn't do anything with this building because there's no heat and air in here. I should have bought it and fucking salvaged the copper out of it. Jess, man, welcome. It's cheaper to leave the machinery behind than to clean. Fuck yeah, it is. Absolutely it is. Guys, I packed up from San Diego and moved here, right? 18 years ago. I brought gym equipment and motorcycles and dirt bikes and stuff, man. I left an Avon rubber raiding boat. I left a Zodiac F470. I left dive gear. I left tons of dive gear, all kinds of parachutes, and I left probably 60% or more of stuff that I had accumulated. Just left it in San Diego. We moved out of here with so much stuff. I have boxes of stuff we moved here that we've never even opened. I brought it because I was planning on just, having a small shop, live off the land. And as soon as we got here, Amanda and I were a couple weeks after okay, back live. So we had gone to look at this timber frame home up on a hill. And as we were coming back, there was a gym. We drove in there and just talked to this dude. And that's my friend Mike, who sold gym equipment. So within a couple months, I was buying brand new. We moved out here with thousands of pounds of equipment. All that shit we moved out here that I've never even, it wasn't, because it's not important. That's what I'm saying. So like them moving without the equipment, it's cheaper just to get equipment wherever you land and not have to move it. What do you think the dollar amount was on the stuff you left in San Diego? Josh, I have no idea, man. I had accumulated it. You figure I came home from prison, started over from literally $0, and I did $96,000 that first year. That was the first year, right? And I was on probation for 3 years. Plus that first year I was working 80 hours a week, delivering pizzas and stuff, and that was cash business. So, I had some money up until the point of moving out here. I was just going crazy, hog wild, buying stuff, because when I went to prison, my wife at the time, I never got any of that stuff back, right? I got served with divorce papers and restraining orders. So my dirt bikes, my Escalade, like all my brand new shit, I never got any of that stuff back. So I was just replacing things that I thought I wanted. So dirt bikes and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I left a lot of money there though. A lot of money. But you know what? I've replaced the things, and most of the shit that I brought out here, that I drug out here, that I thought was of importance, it's not, man. We never put it, like, I have so much better stuff now. Just ask Biden about the cost of bringing gear home from Afghanistan. A lot of people now just sell anything before they, man, I'd rather light it on fire than deal with people. For real. Scrap number 1 copper, $3 a pound. How old were you when you got out of prison? I don't know. How old was I, Amanda? I got out of prison in 2005. I came home in 2005, I think. I was only there 22 months. It wasn't like, you know, a long time. You don't want to know how much is sitting in Detroit rotting away. Oh, I know, man. I watch all the abandoned exploration videos. Pantera concert just ended not far from me. Right on. I hear all the cops. On the LoomTech Combat Series, is that tritium or LED? It's Loom. It's luminescent phosphorus, I think, but LoomTech in the name, right? Loom. They are known for extremely bright illumination. You charge it with a light. It is not tritium. What AC equipment do I have? I don't know what I have, what units. I've got 4, 5, I have 5 7-tons, and then there's a 5-ton in the building. I think they're 7s. I laugh every time I hear the story of you delivering pizzas to a dude with your, oh yeah, he was a recon marine. You know who said that, Jason? You know that guy actually listens to the podcast? He actually sent me a long email. He actually commented about that. Jess Barnhard. Well, thanks for joining, man. Welcome to the SOE family. So what that means is you now have access to the content behind the paywall, and there's quite a bit of it. Amanda and I do a question and answer podcast vlog every Friday that runs from, I don't know, it's usually 90 minutes, sometimes 2 hours, and we talk about literally anything you want. You just get on there under memberships and type out whatever question you want addressed, and it can be business or it can be anything. Anything at all. When did you start rocking the signature SOE the John Willis beard? That is a fish wearing a beard. You should do a oh, that was the Jesus fish. But my artist was not comfortable with using the Jesus fish. Thought, you know, because he goes to church and such. So he made a shark. That's a shark with a beard. Someone tell John I saw it, Amanda. We were already past it. I saw it. I saw you said 34. A lot of people now just sell it. Okay, I think we've read all of these. All this tape, all this stuff on the tape, it's all cleaned. We just have to put the straps in it. We knocked out all of this at the end of the day, except those. They put those up last. All that sweet gear. Oh my God, I just want all the overstock you want to throw out. We don't have overstock, we throw it out. People, like, it's weird, right? Because people will be like, hey, do you have anything, seconds or anything you have too much of or samples that I can buy? here's the truth. Here's the no bullshit truth. When I have something like, because guys, everything has to be identical, right? Because guys will buy 5 of these, so I can't just pull out of a bin and send him one that's a little bit different. So that's a second, right? If something's askew with it, I put those up for auction. They sell for way more than retail. Like, I don't have any gear. People do it because they're looking for a discount or a deal. My gear that's not up to par sells for 2 and 3 times more. Anybody on the live feed here been on one of my auctions? Have anybody can attest to what I'm saying? I can tell people stuff all day long, but when other people tell them the same thing, that just you know, legitimizes it. Need to build Scully edition rig. Scully's got several rigs. He's running an 8-mag stacked with 4 CQBs. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, auctions go for way more. Yeah, always. At least double retail, yep. Shit, if you look at my social media channels, I haven't even posted any pictures of gear. Like, if you just stumbled across my page, you wouldn't even know that we make gear. We'll be doing production cutting. My production cutting is we trace a pattern with a Sharpie or colored pencil and we cut it with scissors. There's no lasers in here. I don't have clicker presses. We don't have none of that shit. We literally cut with scissors. Scissors that we buy at Walmart. I've bought everything, man. I've bought $200 German scissors. We've bought all the Fiskars. We've bought every kind of scissor there is. We buy scissors from Walmart and we throw them away and open new ones. Never heard your story, who you are and where you came from. How you started all this. It's probably too much to tell again. Where can I? So Chase, there's 4,000 videos on this YouTube page here. Anybody recommend a video to this man that would describe that? I'm sure he doesn't want to watch 4,000 videos. 5 years ago, grew that company enormous, and went to federal prison. I was on CNN for 3 days in a row. I was on the cover of every West Coast newspaper. Went to prison for a while, came home, got divorced, and got nothing back, lost everything, right? And then started over from zero. Did 3 years of probation. The day I got off probation, we moved to Tennessee. My my wife and I, and our kids, we moved here to live and work in a small shop with 3 people. We grew that to 24, 25 people. Moved here onto this property, just chance it. The gate was open one day, messaged my wife and said, hey, I'm going to buy this property. And she's like, what are we going to do with it? And then that night I bought the property. I didn't even have the money to buy the property. And we bought this place on 10 acres with this building. The doors were welded shut. We didn't even know what we'd bought. And when we got inside, there was no electrical, there was no AC. It had just been vandalized and gutted. And we built this. This is 10,000 feet. There's a 6,000 foot loft upstairs. We do homesteading and small farming. Like, I've got 100 so rabbits. I've got a couple hundred chickens. And we just do this. Like, when we moved on the property, we brought in a little bulldozer, made a motocross track, like a full-blown motocross track. But there's a ton of videos. I have a thing called On the Compound where you can see. I have a shitload of videos. And then we have a lot of private content also. We do a lot of business development kind of stuff, mindset, motivation. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, as well as YouTube. I'm also on MeWe, Float, Locals. I'm on all platforms, but Instagram's a little bit different content. And then this is really where we're at on YouTube. I do a live every night at 9 o'clock. Suggest you watch the live videos often. You tell this story. I do. I tell this story all the time, man. Started cutting layers of fabric via a pattern with Weaver fabric cutter. Really cuts down. Derek, I'll have to check that out. We do cut some stuff. Like Amanda cuts, you know, multi-layers thick, you know, with a rotary knife. And I've had all kinds of electric knives and hot knives and, I mean, you name it. But I've been doing scissors. So like you could bring anything, no matter how fast you are, how proficient. You could come in, you could bring 10 dudes in here, right? And we could have a contest to see who cuts faster. I will outperform every one of you with a pair of scissors because I've just done it so long. Now, bringing new people up, we probably could, you know, raise production time and capacity with other stuff. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for posting that up, buddy. There's a video right there, Josh says. Bought a few boxes of sewing supplies Sunday. Included 6 bolts of ripstop nylon. That stuff is amazingly strong. Yep. It used to be called 420 pack cloth. Now I only see it listed as 400. I don't know. It seems to be the exact same stuff. SOE auctions bring the heat. I paid a lot of money to have one of 3 or so cop rigs in raid. Oh, yeah. Off to bed. Yeah, I'm about to head out too. All right, guys. Last comments, questions. Derek, if you would, send me a link to your Weaver thing. Everything we've got from Weaver is really good. I know Jason's gotten some stuff like he has a Weaver affiliate code. Like he can, if you get with Jason, I think he has a discount code for you guys. I don't have one for Weaver. And he said some stuff's complete shit, but most of the stuff you get is really good. Like this bagging machine here, that's a conveyor belt. This came from Weaver. This cup sealer, I think, came from Weaver. Yep, there's Weaver. My wife loves her double wide crossbody. Threw some Velcro on the back of an Eclipse. Yep, that's the way to do it, man. What do you think of those Eclipse holsters? They have members only content, different than the live. Yeah, the members only content is built for you guys, the people that participate. You ask the questions and we do the answers. And that's just me and Amanda talking directly to you. I can say things because it's a private video. I can say things that aren't out forward facing as much. 30 plus years experience. Yep, 35. I walked into SOE in January 2020. John took time to show me around. Most down-to-earth dude I've ever met. He is the reason my wife and I are moving. Where are you moving, Patrick? We're in Tennessee. I have 2 people. I have some people just moved to Tennessee about 40 minutes from here. Sent an email tonight asking about coming over. They said, hey, we're like-minded. We want to come over and just meet you guys. And then somebody else said they're moving here, and she sews tarps and stuff, so she can run a machine. She's wanted to know if we were hiring, so we'll be meeting her pretty soon. Looking at Sparta. I think these people just moved to Sparta. I think it was Sparta this lady's moving to. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you, LW Jax. All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna get out of here because if I don't, I will stand here for another hour. That's why I don't talk on the phone. Like, the phone number here is literally eat a dick. Like people think I'm joking when I say that. The phone number is eat a dick. I don't talk on the phone because I'll walk around just like this, and before you know it, I'll have spent 2 hours. So email me, message me, right? Tell me what you want. I don't need a paragraph. I don't even need a sentence. Just ask me what you want to know so that I can answer you. Sparta's where Trish lives. Got it. Okay, Sparta's in the middle of fucking nowhere. I can sew. I'll sign a do not compete. Are you moving, Johnny Woodsman? Plug the Amazon. Thank you, Josh. Guys, I have an Amazon link. See, I'm terrible about this shit. I have an Amazon link. It's on all my videos. It's on my website. If you click anything that I've put up that says Amazon, it might take you to a product. That's all you need to do. Once you're on Amazon, go do whatever you're going to do. Anything you buy in the next day, it takes a little percentage away from Amazon, gives it to us. It just helps support what we do. And if you don't have a need for product, or if you use Amazon anyways, hook us up and just use our link. Anybody out on the internet you see posting an Amazon link, that's what they're doing. I'm just honest about it, and I tell you. So if you use Amazon, right before you make your purchase or fill your shopping cart, if you would go to Amazon through one of our links, it just gives us a couple percentage points of your order. We don't know what you ordered. We don't know who ordered it. I'm a Viver influencer, so I can get you a discount code. He's got a Viver OnlyFans page. Should make a domain for you. So Evan Dixon, I have it. I bought it when we talked about it. We were doing that, and Amazon actually smacked us for it. I don't think we can. I'll talk to you about it. You might know something I don't. We had a link. We were sending out, use our Amazon shit in our email list, and they actually Amazon has hit me and threatened to shut us down 4 or 5 times. But I do need to put together an SOE Amazon page on Amazon, like, hey, these are the things we use. 120 acre right across the bridge from Paris. Been available since 2018. Yeah, it's more expensive over that way. You should get that. Who said that? Warlike, you should come out here. Then I'll tell people, I know a dude that lives right over here that has 120 acres. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Wait a minute, did I see Overton's here? There he is, Overton, what's up? I just came back online. I was actually logging out. What's up? Perfect timing. You want to see a bunch of fupas? There's a fucking lot of them. This isn't even half of them from today. There's still more out on the floor. Can you see them? It's dark over here. I see them on my iPad, but I don't know if you can see them. Bunch of radio pouches. We'll do some radio pouches. And everybody join Jason's OnlyFans page. It's mostly him nude, but the Viver equipment's in front of his junk. So you imagine he's nude, but you're not sure he's nude. Fupa party. I'd ask too, she wants to go to Michigan. It's her choice this time. She's followed me for the last 20. Well, then she'll follow you for another 20. Amanda is going to move into a school bus when I go to Alaska. She's typing out right now that she's not going to, but she will. Possibly nude. Subbing now. Cocaine alligator. That's the password. When you get captured by the F troops and they release you, our safe word is going to be cocaine alligator. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night.